So here's something you should probably know in case your kids should ask you. What is the difference between a homonym, homophone, and a homograph? Of course, you've noticed that they all start with homo. And I'm pretty sure I could guess what your answer would be if I asked you what homo meant. And your answer would probably be wrong. We have learned about Greek and Latin roots in previous videos. If you've missed them, you can see them on YouTube. This Greek root, homo, actually means same. So, as in the previous videos, if you know what homo means, you also know homonym, homophone, homograph, homogeneous, homogeny, and homophobe. And there are other words that start with homo. So with this new knowledge and the knowledge that words have roots and base that can actually give us their meaning and the meaning of other words, let us break down homonym. In a previous video, I said W-E-A-T-H-E-R, whether, and W-H-E-T-H-E-R, whether, were homophones. You said they were homonyms. You can go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back because you were partially right. You are almost as smart as a fifth grader. But before we celebrate just yet, let us break down homonym. A homonym is actually, I'm going to say, a collective word for homographs and homophones. In school, we learned that homonyms are words that sound alike but have different meaning. However, they didn't break it down and tell us that they were actually homophones and homographs. Yes, homonyms are words that sound the same or are spelled the same but have different meanings. But let us break them down into homophones and homographs. In a previous video about digraph, we learned that the word graph means to write or a visual representation. But let us go with the definition to write. So while we keep in mind that graph means to write, I'm going to teach you the word phone. Phone does not mean telephone. In fact, it means sound. So again, the word phone means sound. If you see the word phone in a word beginning or at the end, know it has something to do with sound. To demonstrate this further, I will make another video where I talk about telephone. So now that we know that phone means sounds, we know that a homophone is a word that sounds the same. They only sound the same, they're not spelled the same. So let's look at some words that sound the same but are spelled differently. In and in, you know, I-N. INN would be a place like a guest house, a place where you would stop over for the night. Then we look at or, and or. We know OR. ORE would be the mineral, and OAR would be what we use to row or canoe. Then we have bare, B-A-R-E, which would be empty or naked. And we know B-E-A-R, the animal. Both are pronounced bear. Then we have complement. This word is pronounced complement. Complement. But I believe in Jamaica we say compliment. So we emphasize the last syllable, but they're actually pronounced the same. And if you've never seen complement with an E, I'll explain. So we're familiar with compliment with an I. Compliment, when you say something nice to someone, I love your shoes, I love your hair, you look beautiful. That's a compliment with an I. Compliment with an E has quite a different meaning. This compliment means something makes something else look better, something that enhances something. So I wore this brooch to complement my dress. I wore this bag because it complements my shoes. I use these throw pillows because they complement the room. They complement the curtains. The wine complements the steak. They go well together. So these are homophones. They sound the same because phone means sound, but they are spelled differently. Now, let us look at some homographs. Graph means to write, so homographs are written the same, but have different meanings. Some examples of homographs would be bear. Bear as in how much I can tolerate. I can't bear this. I can't bear the smell of fish. And then there's the other bear, B-E-A-R, spelled the same, which means the animal. Then we have patient. One spelling, two different meanings. First, we have the patient, the person who is in the hospital, the sick person. And then we have patient, the person who has a high tolerance, who can tolerate something, who is a patient person. She has been waiting so long, she is so patient. And then contract. So contract could be that agreement you signed for your mortgage, the agreement you signed for your car, the contract. And then there is the other contract where you could contract a virus, you could catch a virus, you could contract a disease. More than one of the previous words actually have at least three meanings. So contract has a third meaning, which means to shrink or to get smaller. It is the opposite of expand, so contract. Perhaps you're having a muscle contract where the muscle shrinks and get tighter and hurts. And there are so many other homophones and homographs or homonyms. Leave a comment below this video if you'd like me to share a list of homonyms or homophones and homographs. This is a growing YouTube channel, and so we would appreciate if you could subscribe, give it a like, give a comment, give a thumbs up, and share it with a friend. Thank you for sticking around. You care about your learning, and it shows. I am Gail. I thank you for watching this time.